Hi, I don't know about you, but I'm getting pretty fed up with all this political correctness stuff. If it's not PC, then you can't say it for fear of offending some people. You've got to be careful what you say because you don't want to upset anyone. Everyone's walking around on eggshells for fear of saying the wrong thing in the wrong situation to the wrong people. That's not the way it should be. That's not the way it should be for any of us. We should be free to be able to say what we have to say. Of course, none of us will go out of our way to cause offence. We don't want to unnecessarily upset people, but we shouldn't have to be on tenterhooks the whole time. I like the disciple Peter, my namesake in the Bible. He was a bit like a bull in a china shop. He would barge in, feet first, and probably many times put his feet in his mouth and say things he shouldn't say. Because he was a man who had a big heart, who meant well, but didn't always wait until his brain was engaged with his tongue. Boy, I can put my hand up to that, and I'm sure some of you watching this video could do the same. But let's look at one of those situations that we see with Peter in the book of Acts, chapter 2, reading from verses 36 and 37. Therefore, let all Israel be assured of this. God has made this Jesus, whom you crucified, both Lord and Christ. When the people heard this, they were cut to the heart and said to Peter and the other apostles, Brothers, what shall we do? Now this came after Peter's explanation of what had happened in that morning in the upper room, when the disciples had all been filled with the Holy Spirit and spoke in other tongues. Those who weren't there when they saw this thought that the disciples were drunk. And he starts by explaining, look, these guys are not drunk as you suppose. This is the evidence of that which Joel spoke of when he said that the Holy Spirit would be poured upon all flesh. But he finishes that explanation by saying this. Now, many people who were there could have taken offence. This Jesus, whom I crucified? Peter was straight in and said exactly what the truth was. And rather than all these people shouting abusive remarks at Peter for offending them, they cried out with one voice, You're right, Peter, what will we do? You're right. It was our fault. We were responsible for the crucifixion of Jesus. And 3,000 people were added to their number that day in the church of Jesus Christ. The Christian church was started. So what are you going to do? You're a Christian. Are you going to walk on eggshells? Not say this, not say that? Don't upset anyone? Just keep the equilibrium, keep the status quo? Or are you going to speak from your heart when a situation opens up? It may just be the difference between a person knowing Jesus and living with Jesus for eternity, or not knowing Jesus and spending eternity without him. We need to be wise. We need to hear the Holy Spirit and be led by the Holy Spirit to speak when we should and to say what we should. But this political correctness, the media has got us all believing that what we say could be offensive. I think it's a media hype. I don't think it's as bad as they're making out. It's out of kilter and out of balance. Let's redress that. Let's be bold witnesses for Jesus, speaking the words our Father teaches us to say for the glory of God. God bless you.